Click. Hello everyone, welcome back. Another shoutcast brought to you by Goska, and with me I've got KEnODvT as our, I would say not necessarily guest voice, but he's also here. Say hi, Keno.
Hey guys, KEnODvT here. This is, so we recently did 5 placement matches, and this is one of the more interesting ones. Something went down, which occasionally happens in 2v2s, and we won in the end, so that was really good.
Oh man, way to spoil it for him.
Ah, yeah, I guess I did. Oh well.
It's alright. It's a pretty epic game here. It was definitely a testament to not leaving games before it's over. Kind of thing. I know a lot of you Starcasters like to just leave games and stuff like that, or kind of want to know when to decide to GG out of a game, and this game is going to kind of show you not to ever GG unless it's hopeless.
Yeah, it's interesting. So basically we are versing a Terran and a Zerg, and I'm playing random currently. What in this game?
Protoss and a Zerg we were up against.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, you're Terran. I forgot that. My bad. But so I rolled into this game random, and I pulled Protoss, which is my homeboy race, so that made it kind of easy for me. But we're on my view at the moment, right?
Yep, we're watching your guys' little move around, little probe action.
Nice.
Proxy pylons. Look at that.
Yeah. So this is something that me and my friends do in our 2v2s, is we place pylons all around their base, not to actually do anything, but to freak them the hell out. And one of the things you'll often see is what you're seeing right now, is they'll pull their entire worker line off. Now, one of the other things you can do to make them freak the hell out is, as soon as the thing finishes, if they're not already attacking it, put a forge.
There you go.
Make sure they can see the forge, and then you will get all their worker line off. And if you swap to the income tab now, you can see that Zerg is lagging behind minerals quite seriously.
Yep, switching over to the income tab. Yeah, he's down to almost 200 minerals a minute.
Yeah,
even though he's same harvester count.
So it can cripple your enemy very quickly. And if we go back to production, we can see he's produced 6 lings, which, if you play Zerg, you know you just lost some workers right there.
Yep, definitely. See me throwing up my second barracks right now.
Yeah, I'm watching you. Just going for a pretty standard gateway build. Nothing particularly interesting has happened yet. What are your opinions on 2 gateways instead of a gateway cyber?
You get a lot of zealots out a lot faster, but the biggest downfall is you don't get the warp gate research finished fast enough. At least that's what I've noticed.
In this game, my logic behind that was we were trying to take out the rocks as soon as possible to get an expo.
Right, so yeah, having those extra zealots out first would definitely come in handy there.
Yeah, I don't know how much I like this map because of that, because we have to take a joint expansion in the middle. We can't actually, it's actually kind of hard to take your second base, so it does get a bit clunky in that respect.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the other bases, they're pretty far out there. I do like this map though. That does have several gold expansions, which is kind of nice for 2v2s.
Yeah.
Really get quite far ahead after you get started.
I got the mine out 10 gold mineral patches thing in this, in this game actually. Did you notice the complete lack of production from Zerg for ages?
Oh, just now? Yeah.
Yeah.
After you built those lings.
Yeah, that was a bit distressing actually. So Scout coming in from the Zerg, and they are gonna know that we're heading for that expansion, but we haven't taken it yet, so nothing particularly interesting happening. Chrono boosting, warp gate, and
I believe I've already started my commands. Yeah, I've already started my command center. It's almost finished, just to take that gold right away. Because I believe the plan is for me to get the gold and start pumping out units hardcore while you teched. I believe that was the original plan.
Wasn't the plan we get you this expo, then you go like 6 racks, mass marine marauder medevac, and I get colossi and zealot, I think it was.
I believe so, yeah.
Which, if it had worked, would have been really, really nice.
Yeah. And here it looks like we're starting to push out. I've got a small force moving out here.
Yeah, your force is moving. I think one of the things I may have neglected in this game is to give you control early on, which is my normal style. Now, I think this is when we start to see something happening. we haven't actually seen any opponent movement because we are watching my camera view.
Yep.
For the people watching this is simply because I'm in Australia and you're in America somewhere,
Yeah.
so making sure we're both commentating over the same thing was a bit tricky.
Yeah, there was no way to watch the same exact combination. We had to kind of do it this way. So we're still watching your base, and it looks like we're now entering the Zerg's base since we figured he was the weaker of the two opponents.
Do you want to swap back to your camera view? Because I think you control the attack.
Yeah, we've got some attacking going on right now, but it looks like there is stuff happening in my base.
That's right.
There's a whole bunch of stalkers that just warped into my base somehow, and
yeah, this is the point where we start to get really in trouble.
yeah.
I don't know if you can see on the minimap, but there is a blue on the upper watchtower. There is a blue dot. I presume it's a drone or something, so he's probably going for a third expo there.
Yeah. Oh, I see it up at the top left there.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you can see on my, I've got both the watchtowers held with Marines, but as you can see, my base is getting destroyed by stalkers flying around. But luckily, I did have that gold expo up, and I was able to mine that for quite some time.
Salvage the situation, and we managed to clobber together a defense, which didn't really go that well. As
But I mean,
you
if
can
you
see,
look at the Zerg's base, we wiped out his spawning pool and his roach swarm. I mean, we killed all of his tech off.
yeah, and we also took out a fair amount of his workers. If we swap to the units tab, he's only got 14 workers, although you're sitting on 16. So it's not an amazing difference.
No, but at least when I got taken out, we at least did enough damage to him to do something. And you see, I still got those 4 barracks, but none of them are able to produce right now because I'm lifting them off.
Yeah. So basically, for people watching, our theory after this was I control the economy and he controls the army.
Yeah.
And it worked. It was.
Well, you helped me control a lot of the army too, because I know you were attacking other places too. So we were basically attacking 2 places at once.
Yeah, but while we were defending at this point, you were just solely controlling the army. Now here's a very interesting thing. I like this a lot. Using an overlord to get view of a proxy pylon, so you don't actually have to use their base. That's nice.
That was an amazing little tactic that they did there, using their overlord to get spot of the high ground and then warping units. I mean, bad on me, I didn't scout that at all, but that's not really something you expect.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to scout, because your general tells are the workers coming across the middle, and if they vibe off, then you know to look for something, or you see the worker in your base. So that's going to be very hard to see.
And now we see that I'm actually controlling all the units here, and you took the gold base now.
Yeah, I think I expand to yours at the minute, and I tell you, kill your own gas.
Yeah. Just because you needed the gas and everything, and that base was basically unmined, so...
Yeah, so at the moment I'm pretty sure I'm just going to break off for a minute. My production is currently laying at 2 gateways and 1 robo, and for any Protoss who's playing, you know that's not good. Off 2 bases, which is now what I'm on, especially 1 base and 2 gas, then you can overproduce for that, and given I had the total economy of yours pumped into me, I'm currently sitting at 1200 minerals, 600 gas, so I just laid down 3 gateways.
Microing some of these attacks was actually pretty interesting, trying to get these concaves and positioning on these armies, but when you basically only have to focus on micro, it makes it so easy.
Oh, it really does. I mean, I spend a lot of time playing a game called LoL, League of Legends. It's a Dota clone, and you essentially get 1 unit, you get to micro to the fullest, and it's a great experience, and it's made my StarCraft play a lot better, because I can, like, one of the characters I play, Ash, you essentially micro a Marine all to hell.
Yeah. And you were telling me about that earlier. I haven't had a chance to actually take a look at it yet, but meanwhile...
Yeah, it's land in your barracks.
Well, I'm just kind of floating them around so I can scout with them.
You didn't save a worker, no, so you can't actually do anything.
No, I was just using them for scouting, basically. The one on my base is used to see the high ground, and the one on your base is to make sure they don't try that same tactic against you. So
Oh,
basically, we
yeah.
just have vision.
Vision is good, and of course we've got your 2 Marines still holding out in the middle.
Yeah, I still have the 2 Marines left. Who would have known? I think those Marines lasted almost the entire game too. If you keep an eye on it, I believe they stay alive almost the entire game.
I'd say they would. I don't know. It's interesting. If we look at the income tab, this is so when you're playing 2v2s, I always feel there's a Goldilocks moment where you can win, and theirs has already passed.
Yeah.
They had an opportunity to win and haven't quite capitalized on it, and they should either be applying for now, or we're gonna gain the advantage because we can recover because we've got 3 bases.
Right.
And it's always a bit finicky to know exactly when to push to win, but it does happen.
Yep. And we definitely have, I mean, we've got the Zerg player. He's just now starting his lair tech. I mean, we're already 15 minutes into the game, and he's just now getting his lair tech, which is something that is very, very delayed. And as you can see, I'm now working on taking out those gases. Still sitting on my vision right now.
Why don't we go back to mine to watch some
Sure.
macro happening, given that there's very, very little micro.
Yeah.
Because the thing that kept us alive was my macro,
Yeah,
which, to be honest, was shoddy.
I mean, it was pretty decent because every time I asked for a unit, you're like, here you go, there's your units.
Yeah, one of the things that I knew was going to keep us alive was early lots of upgrades.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've ever watched my channel, it's one of the things I always say, when in doubt, upgrade, because it's just going to mean you just have an advantage.
Yeah, we've already got weapons level 2 starting, we've got charge going, we've got shields going, we've got armor already going.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
And as you can see, it looks like they did expand to their northern gold too, so that was definitely a concern that we were having, is now they're on a gold base as well.
Yeah, and we can see a lot of links coming in very quickly, although with upgrades, the 4 zealots you send out probably could have dealt with it. It doesn't take many zealots to start tearing mass links to pieces.
Especially once you get the +1 armor or attack upgrade, then you get the extra bonus damage, or not necessarily bonus damage, but they just do more.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I was surfing around YouTube a while back, and one of the things that happened was a 3-3 fully upgraded Ultralist can take on 200 lings and win on about half HP.
Yep.
That's just wrong.
Just from the splash damage and the upgrades.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I believe the lings only do like, what, 1 damage?
Yeah, they were dealing 1 damage each. It's just ridiculous. I think we should head back to your camera view now because you're pushing out an attack. So yeah, that's right. There's rocks on this side of the gold and rocks on their
the other
side.
side, yeah.
It depends which gold you're going for. This one has rocks on our side, the one we're pushing now, and the one that's on the other side has rocks on their side. So clearly some Blizzard trying to force you to expand to one side of the map or the other for slightly more safety.